This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the county of champions.
Settles under it. The senior makes the catch. Perfection. The Shannick, again, are your Class 2A state champions.
Force out the third, and that will do it. Mohawk is your 3A softball champions.
Buzzer's gonna sound. Union repeats as the Class 1A WPIAL champions.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
The sideline getting by one defender, and he's going to go all the way by Harrison. Harrison on the ground finds Blundo. Blundo rolls it in, up and good for two.
Shallow right field, giving a run, and a sliding catch made.
Down to 6 on the play clock. Here's Snap in the hole. The kick is up. The kick is long enough. It is good.
That's fly ball deep right field. Get out of here.
Hope running for his life. Throws it up for grabs. There's a man open.
Touchdown.
No way!
Away from him, right back to Stanley from the seat of his pants, and he throws it off the window and in.
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Tonight from the Peterson Event Center, the WPIAL 6A Boys Basketball Championship is up for grabs. It is the #1 seed and one of the best teams in the state of Pennsylvania. The #1 team in the state of Pennsylvania, the Upper St. Clair Panthers, at 22-2, taking on the second-seeded Newcastle Hurricanes, 21-3. Out of Lawrence County. Eric Thomas and James Dotson with you courtside here at the Peterson Event Center. And this is the one we've been waiting for really all season long. We thought there was a chance Newcastle would get to this point. We really thought Upper St. Clair was going to have an inside track to get here. Everybody thought Upper St. Clair was going to be here, especially after last year's title win and disappointment in the state tournament. Everybody's rededicated themselves. Newcastle's rededicated themselves. Upper St. Clair's been on a mission ever since last year. Unfinished business on both sides. Somebody's going to walk out of here with a WPIAL title tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And everybody in attendance tonight is going to walk out having seen what we anticipate being one of the best games in recent history here at the Peterson Event Center. And that's just because, yeah, you have a defending champion against a team that has been here more often than they haven't in the last 15 years under Coach Blundo here with the Newcastle Red Hurricanes. And you mentioned the redemption. First time in the 15 years of Coach Blundo being at the helm, they didn't make playoffs last year. So that's the first time they didn't make state playoffs, nevertheless the district playoffs as a first-timer. It was a redemption tour right from the get-go, a freshman coming in and becoming a major part of it, but just the team coming together and playing their best basketball here down the stretch, and that's all you can ever ask for. And in the end, too, Upper St. Clair weathering the storm from a couple of losses over the course of the year, playing probably their best basketball as well here down the stretch.
Upper St. Clair lost to Amani Christian the second time they played him. They lost to Montour, who was the #1 seed in 5A, did not make the 5A title game, but the #1 seed in 5A nonetheless. And then on the flip side, about midway through the year, Newcastle went through their two-game funk. They lose to North Hills, and they lost to Woodland Hills, and they also lost to Seneca Valley, all stretched around a 5-game stretch. Ever since then, they've been red hot. They won 9 in a row, and they look like a team that's primed for a championship.
Yeah, and all those wins, except for the Fox Chapel game, were by double digits victories as well, Eric. They're playing their best basketball, and it's because of the unselfishness. You pointed out when we were talking before this game, the statistic that really sticks out is the assist-to-turnover ratio, and how impressive that is, especially at a high school level, to have more assists than turnovers, and by that wide of a margin, by over 100. Absolutely incredible, and shows that they are, as they've gone through the year, trusting each other, know where each other's going to be on the court to be able to find that open guy.
This Newcastle team has shot 45% or better in 12 games this season. Probably going to have to do that tonight, too, because on the other end, this is a really good defensive team. You're talking about an Upper St. Clair team that allows 39 points a game at the highest level of basketball in the state of Pennsylvania. 39 points a game.
The only teams that I can try to compare would actually be probably the Malik Hooker Newcastle teams of like 2012, 2013, 2014. When that was the goal every game. Coach Blundo's goal was keep your opponent under 10 points per quarter. You do that, you're under 40 points in a game, and that's basically what Upper St. Clair has done this year. That number is absolutely incredible. Yeah, 39 points per game allowed on a year. Again, at any level, that's incredible, but doing it against the top teams in the state, and it's not like they've played an easy schedule outside of their section either, traveling and bringing in teams from across the state and even outside of the state, I believe, as well, playing some very talented and impressive teams and getting those wins. There's no question. Yeah, that's right. They went to Burlington, North Carolina for a stretch there, Eric. But that's just what's been impressive is that they have the height, obviously. 4 guys at 6'6" or taller on the roster. But they have the guard play, too. You can't pinch in on the big guy. You can't pinch in on the 6'10" Tyler Robbins because you have guys on the outside that are going to absolutely eat you alive. Julian Dahlem, a great shooter. Jake Foster, Camille Jackson, great from the outside as well. You got just too many options, and that bodes the question. How do you defend this Panthers team?
Yeah, we'll find out here tonight. We already know what the path looks like after tonight. The winner here tonight, the District 7 champion, will play the 8th place team out of District 3. That is York High. And then the runner-up here tonight is going to get a very tough task in round 1 as they will play Cumberland Valley. Now, the trick with the 6A bracket, if you're the 2 seed, you're in the higher portion of the west side of the bracket, the quote-unquote west side of the bracket.
Yeah, very quote-unquote, you're right.
You will have either Central York, very likely they're playing for the district title in District 3 right now against Central Dauphin, or Roman Catholic potentially in a quarterfinal. Those 2 teams would meet in round 2, which is a week from next Wednesday night. State tournament will start a week from tomorrow. But if you get to the bottom half of it, it's not necessarily an easier path. This would be a very tough game if they played Cumberland Valley, but you're going to avoid the defending state champ and a team that many people think will go win the state title this year.
Yeah, and that's what's incredible out of the District 3, District 1, how many teams that they're bringing in, and they're all very capable teams. I mean, look just for an example of the WPIAL. The number 1 seed in Greensburg Central Catholic ends up going in as the number 5 seed because of where they lost in their district tournament. Any given night, though, in Class 6A basketball, Eric, we know that anything can happen. What team can be on the top of their game? Can Newcastle, can they come in and shoot from the outside? That's what they're going to need to do. Always difficult to do so in the open gym when you're not used to playing here. Upper St. Clair is the team that's been here more recently, being in the championship and winning it a year ago. So does that play in any favors? And you also we got to go in the full history on their side. Again, 8th time in 15 years that Newcastle has been there. All these kids coming up through the program, they've watched as their predecessors have gone to the Pete. They've watched as they've won. This senior class has not won a WPIAL championship. There has not been a senior that has graduated under Coach Blundo that has not won a WPIAL championship. Will that change tonight? We're about 32 minutes away from finding out.
We'll see Ralphie Blundo in his 3rd WPIAL title game as a player under his dad, too. So remarkable career for him. 3 times he's been in a WPIAL final. A couple of other notes here before we hit the first time out. The only team to repeat in 6A since they went to 6 classifications in the WPIAL was Pine Richland. That was all the way back in 2016 and 17.
The first 2 years that they had 6 classes, right?
That's right. So Upper St. Clair is going to try to do that. And then a little bit of history on the Newcastle side. They win tonight. They'll have the record for most WPIAL titles. But it only may last for about 12 hours because Aliquippa plays tomorrow afternoon. And if they beat South Allegheny, which is going to be a highly entertaining game, they would tie Newcastle. So for a brief moment, the Hurricanes would have that record if they win here tonight. Let's step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll meet the starting lineups. You're listening to the WPIAL 6A Boys Championship game on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Having a safe and healthy home is not something to play games with, especially if your home was built before 1978. You may be exposed to extremely harmful lead-based paint hazards. If you're concerned about lead in your home, don't roll the dice on your family's safety. LCAP's Healthy Homes Lead Hazard Reduction Program is here to help you win the battle. Your family's health and safety is the goal. Contact the Department of Healthy Homes today.
Congratulations to our January LCAP Team of the Month. The Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Neshannock Competitive Spirit as the January LCAP Team of the Month after winning their 3rd PIAA championship in 4 years. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Wilmington Competitive Spirit for winning the D10 championship in just their 2nd year as a competition team. Congratulations to Coach Daughtry and the Neshannock cheer team, as well as Coach Hordeski and Blois and the Wilmington cheer squad, our January LCAP Teams of the Month.
Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Newcastle's Ralphie Blundo as the January Red Zone Male Athlete of the Month for scoring his 1,000th career point. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Elwood City's Kayla Jones as the January Female Athlete of the Month for also eclipsing the 1,000 career point mark. Congratulations and best of luck to 1,000th point scorers Kayla Jones and Ralphie Blundo, the January Red Zone Athletes of the Month.
Never miss a moment with real-time alerts, keeping you in the loop when your favorite teams are playing.
Get instant updates sent straight to your phone with game schedules, changes, and all the latest news.
You can receive important updates and reminders, so you're always prepared for game time.
Be the first to cheer on your local teams and show your support.
Receive important updates and reminders, so you're always prepared for the game.
Signing up is quick and easy. Don't miss out. Sign up now and stay connected to the action.
Plus, follow us on social media for live updates, behind-the-scenes content, and community news.
Thank you for calling Axe. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. Axe can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joyride.
I'm helping people. I'm getting them out of their house. I'm taking them to their doctors, to the grocery store.
They say I'm entertaining. Okay, we laugh, we joke, we sing, we tell stories.
They're like family to us.
Even if it's the same day, to schedule your joyride, call Axe today.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAP Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
Back here at the Pete, Eric Thomas and James Dotson with you as we are about set for tip-off here tonight to decide the 6A title in the WPIAL. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for Upper St. Clair, 22-2, the number 1 seed. Danny Holzer won his 500th game, the head coach, back on December 11th against Norwin. He's been the head coach at Upper St. Clair since 1995, four-time WPIAL champion. They'll start this 5. Julian Dalem, who is an all-conference football player, but he's just as good on the basketball court, 2-year starter for this Panthers team. Jake Foster has had a couple of big games this season. He can also light it up from three-point. Kamal Jackson scored 13 points in the game in which Holzer won his 500th career game. And then, of course, up front, Tyler Robbins, the 6'10 senior. He's headed to Miami of Ohio, and he's probably the most dominant player in the WPIAL at 6'10". He's had some monster games all over the place. Nico Giedis is the other starter tonight at 6'3". He rounds out the backcourt. For Newcastle, they will start the usual 5. Damian Harrison, who's been a double-double machine all season long. 13 straight double-figure scoring games for Harrison here in the last month and a half. Kyrell Harris at 5'11", the senior guard, is averaging 6.7 points per game. Ralphie Blundo, 15 a game, third WPIAL title game, had 25 against Mount Lebanon in the semifinals the other night. And Jaden Schaefer rounds out the starting 5, the 6'2 junior. Very likely is going to have the toughest assignment tonight, along with Kai Cox, the talented freshman. They're probably going to be the two that are going to guard Robbins on the inside, on the defensive side, and we'll talk a little bit about that matchup too, because you cannot front him under any circumstance whatsoever. You're going to have to play from behind, especially if he's going to have the height advantage over you tonight.
Which he's going to over every single player. Maybe if you even put maybe if you put Chase Lemon on top of Damian Harrison's shoulders, then maybe you might be able to get up there. But no, you're absolutely right. You can't front him because he's got such soft hands. Again, with how good the guards are of being able to pass it over the top on those entry passes has been, I mean, you watch it on film, that's where they absolutely eat you alive. So it's all about backside help, obviously all the time as well, but you can't go full in front. I think the main key in defending it, though, comes on the perimeter. The toughest part about getting the ball inside is the entry pass. If you pressure the ball and make a tough pass going in from ball pressure on the guy who has the ball, not the guy who's receiving the pass, that's where it all begins. So that's where it's going to be key, is can the guards on the outside make it difficult for these talented guards to even get the ball inside.
What are some other keys here tonight? You and I have talked all day about rebounding being a key for this Newcastle team tonight, but particularly you may not get inside in the paint, get the rebounds, but if they're long rebounds, you got to be after them and try to draw Robbins out of the paint, kick it into somebody cutting towards the basket. They're really going to have to be smart with how they work the ball tonight, Newcastle.
Yeah, I mean, this feels with the height that Upper St. Clair has. It almost has the feel like kind of what Hampton was 10 years ago when they were playing with the two twins who ended up playing at Pitt. I think that's going to be key at times is not being afraid to go 5 guards if you're Newcastle. Spread the floor and make some of these big guys have to come out onto the perimeter to challenge outside shots, because then that's what's going to open the inside. I think if Harrison gets another double-double or at least gets double-digit rebounds, I think it's got to be, you're looking at that's a big key for a Newcastle victory tonight. Also, to see a shot go in early, whether it's Ralphie, whether it's Damian, whether it's Tyrell, whether it's Chase off the bench. You see an outside shot go in early, Newcastle's got to be happy about that. But man, just look at the height difference between Harrison there with Robbins. It's funny.
Reverse colors tonight. Upper St. Clair in the white home uniforms with black and red trim. They control the tip, and they will attack the basket to our left. We are courtside, seated right next to the Upper St. Clair bench. Newcastle in the all black with the white and red trim around the numbers and shoulders. First shot of the night thrown up there by Giedis, and it's a rebound to Newcastle, so right away they grab one of them, and they're on the attack here, attacking the basket.
And how about this? Jaden Schaefer did not get the start. It's Quaylen Davis who's in there defensively there and really rocking havoc down low with Robbins.
Through a screen, Cox drives, and that's swatted out of there by Robbins on the first shot attempt of the night for Newcastle. Yeah, Davis, interestingly enough, only 6 minutes against Butler in the first playoff game they had, but then 20 minutes the other night against Mount Lebanon. So a bit of a heater for him right now, and they go with the hot hand.
And right off the way, the hot hand defensively with Robbins. That's his first block, averages 5.5 per game.
Cox off the inbound, hands it off to Harris between the circles. Now he works over right in front of us on the right side. Harris cuts back to the left, now kicks it out. That's Harrison, hands it off to Blundo. Right up near the Pitt logo, the P in the Pitt logo. Near wing, it comes back to Harrison between the circles. Once again, Harris. Deliberate offense to start here for Newcastle. Harris shifts directions in the paint. One-handed floater is up and short. Robbins had the rebound, bobbled it, got it right back, and here comes Upper St. Clair the other way. Dahlem will attack, moves to his right, kicks it out. 3-ball on the way by Giedis. It's off the mark. Another rebound for Davis and Newcastle, and the Hurricanes come away as Upper St. Clair goes empty again. Harrison thought about a 3, will pull up from just inside the arc. That's off the mark. Robbins once again having trouble hanging onto the ball early on, but he's pulled in a couple rebounds.
Yeah, a little hesitation on that one from Harrison. He goes right away. I think he's got a clear path to the hoop. He hesitated and allowed the defense to get back.
It is Cox and Harrison shadowing Robbins. They are fronting him. Everybody collapses on him. Knocked out of bounds, but it'll stay with Upper St. Clair. The first quarter tonight is brought to you by Looks by Lisa. Get styled by your hometown hairdressers. Visit them at Edwards Plaza on Wilmington Road. Beat the rush and schedule your prom appointment now. Call to get your appointment with an experienced hometown hairdressers. Give Lisa and Alexis a call at 724-652-3347. Off the restart, it's Foster. Doubled up near half court, and he is fouled.
Yeah, good trap there with Davis and Harris. The issue was, though, you reached in after having a good trap and bailed them out, basically. So Harris will pick up the foul. His first, team's first. But you mentioned that they did front on that last possession because they got the switch. Davis ended up being out front guarding the guard, and I think it was Harris who was having to deal with Robbins. Good job of fronting, and the backside help from 1, 2, 3, 4 different Canes on that play.
Tipped out of bounds off the restart by Newcastle. Will stay with Upper St. Clair. Both teams have started 0 for 6 here early on, and we've played just about 2 minutes here in the first quarter.
Story of all 4 games here tonight, to be honest.
And they've been some pretty good ones, too, except for the Jeanette Union boys game. We're going to get a foul on Ralphie Blundo. There's a tie-up there with Dahlem and him, and a lot of back and forth there and an elbow thrown, but the foul's going to be on Ralphie, his first.
Yeah, Ralphie kind of got the arm locked up inside. He took the brunt of it and takes the foul as well.
Dahlem gets the handoff, works towards the right side. Again, they're now in back of Davis, in back of Robbins. They're playing him very tight. Davis trying to give him no room. Tipped out of there by Cox, trying to outrun Dahlem to the floor. Cox slips, it's out of bounds, and back to Upper St. Clair with 5:47 to go in the opening quarter.
So it didn't go Newcastle's way, but that's got to be promising for Newcastle right there because you had Davis able to force him to the short corner about 15 feet out there, forcing the big guy to have to make a play. He passed it back out, well read by Cox, and just in the foot race, those two fought for it. Couldn't keep it in bounds.
5:37 to go in the first quarter. Up top, it's Jackson. He works it over left side. Now they go back inside, left block to Robbins. He couldn't hang on to it again. Dahlem gets it back right of the circle. He fires a 3. First bucket of the night. to Upper St. Clair, and Julian Dahlem, who buries the three. It's 3-0 Panthers.
Yeah, it took 2.5 minutes, but just basically rotational-wise, they got back well, but then everybody left Dahlem alone with the basketball, and he drains it from downtown.
Davis hands it off to Ralphie, now far side Harrison, far side Cox. Top of the circle, Davis. Right side, it comes to Harris. Harris surveys. Blundo off a screen, couldn't get loose fast enough. Now Cox on the near wing. Cox dribbles it back towards half court. They had a double team, they lay off. Cox one-on-one, now is going to split everybody. Floater short off the front of the rim. Rebound controlled by the Panthers.
No block for Robbins there, but he altered the shot as Cox pulled up well early to avoid the big man.
Robbins out top. He will shoot threes and try to take you off the dribble. That's an area of his game he's worked on. Dahlem, another three, in and out this time. Rebound, one-handed grab by Jackson. He's mugged by Harrison, and a foul is called on Damian Harrison, the third on Newcastle, with 4:38 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, big offensive bound there for Camille Jackson, who will get a pair of free throws and look pretty clean up top, but the issue is when you see the hand come down like that, you're going to get called more often than not, even if it is a completely clean block. And I do think he got him a bit on the arm on the way down, too.
It's a shooting foul, so Jackson at the line trying to give Upper St. Clair a 5-0 lead. First one is good. 4-0 lead, I beg your pardon. And it is 4-0 as here comes Harris and the Newcastle attack. Harris, far side, Cox. Cox right side, hands it off Blundo. Blundo is guarded very closely by Giedis. Gets it back from Harris. Blundo drives off bounce, threw it up, and that one almost fell, but Ralphie's going to go to the line to shoot two with 4:21 to go here in the opening quarter, and that foul is going to be on Giedis.
Well, that's the thing. You got to be able to drive in. You can't be afraid and tentative because of the trees down low. I know it's difficult to say that as Blundo makes his first, but that's the key. You got to be able to go get to the line any way that you can. Because again, this team plays such great defense all over the court. You know, stopping the clock and getting points the easiest way possible from the charity stripe. It's called a charity stripe for a reason, and that's proven right there with Ralphie getting both.
Yeah, it makes both. Both teams have combined again to go 1 of 9 here early on. Up ahead it goes. Giedis gets it, hands it off to Foster. Back to Giedis, top of the circle. They dump it inside to Robbins. Turns, fires, no. Rebound by Harris. Good job by Newcastle early on the glass here.
Yeah, and Quaylen Davison guarding behind there. Almost looked like he took an elbow to the face. He went down. That's ended up being an easier shot than thought for Robbins. Couldn't get it to go, though.
Cox alone at the foul line. Dumps it inside. There's Davis. Little baby floater over Robbins is good. And it's 4-4 with 3:49 to go in the opening quarter.
Drive, draw, dish. And with Robbins looking to get on a block there as part of the block party, loses track of Davis, who goes from block to block. Wide open. Good find as well from Cox, who put it in.
Foster, and he might have gotten away with a step. There's a foul on Newcastle as he was cutting across the lane. And that foul is going to go against Cox. That'll be the 4th on Newcastle.
But all from different players for the Canes.
So Foster will shoot 2. First one good.
Entering the game for USC, number 25,
Ryan Robbins is going to check in, the younger brother of Tyler Robbins. And, oh, by the way, he's 6'7".
Only 6'7".
So the height is still going to be a factor here. Robbins is a standout offensive lineman for Upper St. Clair. He actually had 22 off the bench against Central Catholic. He had 3 buckets in 63 seconds in that win earlier in the season. So he can light it up, too. And Blundo hits the floor the other way. Cox trying to drive, kicks it out. Harris three-pointer near corner. In and out, and it gets the roll back in. Harris, his first bucket, Newcastle 1-point lead.
All the way around the toilet bowl and found.
Catch and shoot by Giedis the other way, and he drains it. The teams are starting to heat up. 9-7 Upper St. Clair with 3:03 to go in the first.
Yeah, big answer. But again, on the Newcastle end, it's a drive, draw, and dish, and just spotting up in the quarter, waiting for it, was the lefty.
Cox, top of the circle, works right side, gets it to Harrison near corner. Harrison back to Harris right in front of us, right side. Between the legs dribble to Davis, foul line, back to Harris. Harris takes it all the way to the far corner, guarded by Giedis. 2:43 to go in the first. Cox up on the left side, gets a screen by Davis, goes around that, foul line. To the corner it goes, 3-ball fired by Harrison, no good. Battle for the loose ball to the corner. Davis and Robbins hit the deck. And let's see who they call. They're going to say it's Newcastle ball with 2:32 to go in the first quarter. Gianni DeSora is in for Upper St. Clair for the first time tonight. And for Newcastle, we're going to see our first look at Jaden Schaefer, who originally we thought was going to start tonight, but they went with Quaylen Davis at the last minute.
And again, that's just, I think, the more athleticism that Quaylen Davis has shown, and has been playing well down the stretch. But, Schaefer has had himself a couple of big games when called upon. Doesn't light it up on the scoreboard, but gets a lot of those, nasty plays down low.
Cox spins at the foul line, goes right in the paint through the trees, and he lays it in.
Through the trees? How many of them? 4 or 5 guys on the court taller than him. He was right in amongst all of them and somehow split the Robbins and put it off the window and in.
Tied at 9 with 2:06 to go in the first. Tyler Robbins is back in. They post him up inside, and he lays it in. Easy deuce for the 6'10 senior, and it's 11-9 Upper St. Clair with 1:56 to go in the first. Cox up ahead. Blundo has it high up on the near side. Blundo cuts towards the left. Now he pulls back at half court, tries to get it to Davis. It's picked off and stolen by Dom. He takes it all the way to the bucket, and he missed it. And Blundo recovers for the rebound. Is fouled from behind by DeSora. Wild sequence there. And that'll be DeSora's first. And the team's second on Upper St. Clair with 1:42 to go in the first quarter. Hurricanes will go length of the floor here off the inbound. Blundo gets it. Looks over towards his dad and brings it up across half court. Raises the top of the pit logo at midcourt, gets it to Cox. Cox near side. The freshman working, back up top it goes. Harrison 3-ball on the way, in and out. And it's Ryan Robbins actually tipped it, and DeSora is able to pull in the rebound for the Panthers. 1:19 to go in the first quarter. 11-9 Upper St. Clair. Dahlem inside. Robbins dumps it inside to his little brother. Got too far into the bucket and missed it. Cox the rebound. Here comes Kai, but from behind, almost had his pocket picked. Gives it up for Schaefer. It's swatted out of there by Robbins. And away we go. Loose ball on the floor again as Gaitis had it stripped. There was a travel on the floor and no call. The arrow is going to favor Newcastle with 60 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Ryan Robbins, that's twice already. We've seen him thinking like it's still football, diving on a loose ball on the floor. Great hustle play all over the place. He gets up a little upset because he thought a Newcastle player dove right on top of him. Tough to see from where we were. We were blocked by the official, but he was none too pleased there, Eric, coming out of there.
Under a minute to go now as Jake Foster is back in for Upper St. Clair.
But I do like what Newcastle did on that last possession. You had Robbins guarding Harrison. Get Harrison outside and see if he can get a 3.
Harris to Harrison. Foul line. Gets it back to Cox, top of the circle. Newcastle can hold for the final shot. Cox puts it in motion, goes right side, pull-up jumper, big-time fadeaway, hits the glass, and Robbins is there for the easy rebound. Other way we go, Dahlem across half court, 32 seconds to go in the first. 2-point lead for Upper St. Clair. Back to Dahlem near side, over the far side it goes. Foster fires a 3, got it.
Deep 3, NBA range 3. They're 3 for 4 from downtown here in the first quarter.
14-9, Upper St. Clair leads Newcastle with 15 seconds to go in the first as Cox will bring it across half court. Looks like the Hurricanes will hold for the final shot. What's been a spirited first quarter after a slow start. Cox gets it right back with 3 seconds. Kai shakes loose for a 3 at the buzzer, missed it, and it rolls out of bounds, and that's how the first quarter comes to a close. Newcastle shoots 3 of 12 in the first quarter. Upper St. Clair 4 of 11, but it's the Panthers, a 5-point lead at 14-9 after 1 quarter of play here from the Peterson Event Center on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of their locations in Xenia Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win, proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project. Well, Newcastle didn't shoot the ball particularly well in the opening quarter, but they did rebound the ball pretty well. It's a 9-7 advantage in favor of Upper St. Clair, but the Hurricanes held their own. Tonight's second quarter is brought to you by the law offices of Bradley G. Olson Jr., proudly serving our country, proudly serving our community. Visit them online at lobo-legal.com to schedule a consultation. Upper St. Clair ball to start the second as Dahlem drives and he's fouled. Be on the floor, so Upper St. Clair will inbound underneath their bucket 15 seconds into the second quarter.
Yeah, big thanks to all of our sponsors, by the way. Law Offices of Bradley G. Olson Jr., Looks by Lisa, Shipping Depot Plus, and attorney Lou Parada as well. Big thanks to them for helping us get this broadcast on the air tonight.
Going to get an offensive foul called on the big fella Robbins, and we will go the other way. That's the first on Robbins and the first on USC here in the second quarter.
Because he extended the arm, and that's just asking for clarifications because he extended the arm.
Danny Holzer giving the officials.
Yep.
You may hear him a few times tonight. I mean, the box is like right in front of us where we are. We are directly next to the Upper St. Clair bench as Blundo gets it on the floor and quickly gets it back to Cox.
He's making a living from the seat of his pants.
Yes, he is. Cox feeds underneath. Nice pass to Davis. Turns on Robbins and he scores.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful play to dish it off, and no one saw it coming out. Davis had to even double clutch as he made to make that catch.
Early salvo by the Hurricanes here in the second. 14-11 Upper St. Clair. Underneath it goes to Robbins. He's fouled, missed the shot, and he'll go to the line to shoot two with 7:06 to go until halftime.
But just to go back to Coach Holzer over here having a discussion with the official, I love the official coming over, giving what he said. He ran right through the defender. You can't just go and plow him over like that. But that's about the fourth or fifth time that you see Ralphie Blundo on this Peterson Events Center court here in the early goings.
Personal by Robbins is good. Robbins' family, his dad played football here at Pitt. Mom played basketball at Virginia Tech and is actually still the all-time leading scorer at Mount Lebanon, where she played high school ball, and his sister Kate is currently at Marist. He will go on to play at Miami of Ohio, and for sure, I would think his younger brother Ryan is going to be somewhere playing football when all is said and done.
Hey, he looks like a football player. 6'7" and very wide-bodied.
Very wide-bodied, very good Upper St. Clair football team last season, too. Just fell short in 6A, as everybody did in 6A anyway with Pitt Central, but that foul is going to be on Dahlem for Upper St. Clair. Cox will inbound right in front of us.
Yeah, it's a little bit too handsy there. Was Dahlem had both hands kind of wrapped around the Newcastle player.
Blundo gets it top of the circle now, walks backwards across the Pitt logo, hands it off to Cox. 6:42 to go in the opening half. Cox to his right, kicks it over to the far side. Three ball fired by Harrison, way short again. Rebound pulled in by Gaitis, and we're going to get a foul on Upper St. Clair, I believe.
Now they're going to get it on Newcastle, on Lemon.
On Newcastle, Chase Lemon, who checked in at the last stop. Now, Lemon's had a couple of big games this season, too. He is a streaky player, but he can really shoot and did a lot defensively. And we saw them break out of their funk midway through the season.
Yeah, and that's where he is most effective as a defender.
As Foster goes right by him, runs into one of the Newcastle defenders. That was Harrison, who he ran into. So an offensive foul called on Foster, second on Upper St. Clair, and Newcastle get it back with 6:12 or 6:20 to go.
Yeah,
low-scoring game here. It's only 25 or 27 combined points, and just a 16-11 lead for Upper St. Clair right now.
Oh, yeah, and no surprise. Again, you got two of the top defensive programs. Again, only 39 points per game on the year, 49 for Newcastle in what they've allowed. But again, with Coach Blundo's mentality, you're wanting 10 points per quarter. That's what you're sticking to. I'm not surprised that this is a game like this.
Lemon, we almost pulled the trigger on the three on the right side. Gets it to Blundo between the circles. Back to Lemon, now back to Blundo. Ralphie, they are really doing a good job on him defensively. Ralphie drives, floater in the lane is beautifully dropped by Ralphie Blundo, and it cuts it down to a 3-point lead at 16-13 with 5:47 to go in the half.
again, you pass up a okay shot for a great shot. First Lemon earlier in the possession, then Ralphie, and then he gets in the lane. But look at that as we watch the replay of it, is the fact that you had two Upper St. Clair Panthers defensively ready to jump out and get a hand in the face as he's standing on the P logo of the pit logo. Logo Ralphie is no joke, and they know it.
3-ball fired by Dahlem, far side, in and out. Lemon, the smallest guy on the floor, the rebound. Got the smallest guy on the floor and the biggest guy on the floor for each side. As Cox has it near side, 5.5 to go in the first half. Cox over to Lemon on the far side. Lemon dribbles back, top of the circle, hands it off Ralphie near side. Ralphie puts a move on Foster, spins around. Foster stays right with him. Ralphie backs it out again, right up near half court. Calls out the play. Got to be careful. He's getting close to that half court line, but now he starts up again, right side. Ralphie, right-handed dribble, goes left, floater again. Ralphie banks it in.
Well, you talked about having to see a shot go in early there, Eric. I think that last floater was it. And then you start to feel a little confidence. He'd shoot everyone inside and said, I'm going to go. I want to take him one-on-one, and he did. Went right to the foul line and banked it in.
Corner Jackson, back to Dahlem, back to Jackson, far corner, back to Dahlem near far wing. Inside, they dump it to Robbins. He turns, and look at the defense by the Hurricanes and Harrison. Once again, they're going to call him for a foul.
No, just out of bounds. It came down on him while he was on the end line.
You could not have done that any better if you're Harrison. I mean, he's still giving up 7 inches here to Robbins. Inbound it goes to Gaitis off the inbound. Check by Blundo. It's out of bounds, and it'll stay with USC with 4:45 to go in the half.
Yeah, Blundo, I think, lucky to get away with a foul on that one.
Yeah, Ralph Holzer wants a foul on Blundo, but it was a good no call. They've had some things, no calls here early on. They're letting these two teams play, which is what you want to see at the highest level. Dahlem right side, kicks it over to Foster right side. Foster drives out to Robbins, head fake on the 3. Trying to take Davis off the dribble, traveled, lost the ball, and he ran right into Davis to pick up his second foul, and it's another offensive foul. Third on Upper St. Clair here in the second quarter with 4:31 to go in the half.
And again, the second one on Tyler Robbins, and it's a tough foul because the defender isn't exactly stationary, but you don't have to be. The offensive player is out of control, and that's what it is. It's a player control foul, and that's why he's picked it up now twice. 2 fouls, and he's staying out there, trusting your Miami of Ohio recruit.
Harrison for 3, in and out. Davis the rebound. Davis turns, stuffed by Ryan Robbins. He gets it off to Foster. Newcastle crowd wanted a foul. Up to Gaitis. Gaitis inside to Ryan Robbins, turns on the far block, double team, finds an open man, now top of the circle is Foster, head fake, Foster gets loose, 3-ball is good. 19-15 Upper St. Clair with 3:55 to go in the first half.
Well, in the end, Chase Lemon is the man on the island having to guard between 2 different guys, and a couple of head fakes ended up just getting him one too many times in the wrong direction. I mean, Lemon extended that about as long as possible. Good repositioning by Foster to be able to find the opening.
Cox gets it from Blundo near side, over to Lemon on the left side. Now top of the circle, it's Harrison. Tyler Robbins comes out to guard him way up top. Cox has it again right side. Cox wraparound pass to Harrison, open 3 far wing, short again. Rebound loose, run down by Davis on the far side. Davis out of traffic, wraparound pass to Lemon, deep 3 from the corner, and Chase Lemon buries it, and Newcastle's cut it down to 1 at 19-18 with 3:12 to go in the half.
But again, it's a repositioning after the offensive rebound. You mentioned that as being a big key, getting the offensive rebound, being out of position. You drive, you draw, you dish, and there was no look. They knew exactly where Lemon was.
Out to Foster, back inside, far block, Ryan Robbins. Ryan Robbins makes a move, repositions himself, lays it up and in on the reverse layup, and it's a 21-18 lead for Upper St. Clair, 2:50 to go in the first half.
And that all began with a hefty screen there by Ryan Robbins. A legal screen, but a hefty one to put a Canes defender to his backside.
Emphasis on hefty if he does anything. He is a big dude. As Cox, and I mean that with all due respect, we're going to timeout call by Ralph Blundo with 2:38 to go in the half. Tonight's second quarter is brought to you by the law offices of Bradley G. Olson Jr., proudly serving our country, proudly serving our community. The law offices of Bradley G. Olson Jr. wish the best of luck to all Lawrence County teams in the WPIAL Championships. If you missed it earlier tonight, the Union girls three-peated as they won their 3rd straight WPIAL title. The boys didn't fare so well. That Jeanette team really good, but Jeanette controlled that game for the most part. And Newcastle here tonight trying to make it 2 for 3. And then tomorrow, Lou Grabowski and Shannock will take on Aliquippa in the girls' 2A title game. And that'll be here at 11 a.m. You'll have the call with Tim Continenza here tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and that's going to be another fun one because that's a third time that those two section mates have met. That's one that we kind of saw coming from the beginning of expecting to see Newcastle going against Aliquippa. And someone trying to check in did not make it all the way over in time. He's going to have to wait here at the scorer's table is the Sarah for Upper St. Clair. But going back to the big guys. Going back to the big guys, how big they are, but my goodness, the soft hands and the quick feet.
He actually tried to check in with us, which is why you heard me laughing there. That was kind of funny. He comes right over and just taps right in front of us. I'm looking at, I can't check you in, young man.
Yeah, and the buzzer sounded about 5 seconds before he even came over to us.
It's a little bit longer of a table when you're here at the ACC arenas instead of playing somewhere locally at a high school gym.
Right, yeah, and that's something, you hate to say it, but you almost got to train. Like, make sure you go and get to that, or it's not the X, it's the Panther logo, but you got to get over there.
Harrison drives right by Robbins, and he missed it. Davis the rebound on the far block out to Blundo. They are really up on Ralphie when he gets the ball.
Yeah, they close out so well.
Ralphie drives the baseline, kicks it to Harrison, top of the circle, Lemon, back to Ralphie. 2:15 to go in the first half. Blundo right side, Blundo drive, Blundo to the rack, off the window and in again.
8 for Ralphie Blundo, and the kind of hesitation in the air, almost a double clutch, lets the defender go by as he hangs in the air. Impressive play from the senior.
Newcastle now shooting 8 of 22 in the first half. Upper St. Clair 6 of 15, but Upper St. Clair better from 3 at 50% right now. 1:50 to go in the half. Robbins out top, they go inside. Ryan Robbins, and we're gonna get this waved off, and a foul on Harrison inside. On Robbins, that'll be the 4th foul on Upper St. Clair.
The second, though, on Damian Harrison as he got screened out, tried to get around, and ended up getting the arm. Why does he have to? Oh, it is the 5th foul against Newcastle. Okay.
They don't actually put the fouls up here. They are over in the corner. So if you're here in the arena or like at our vantage point, you got to look like up in the corner. Usually you have like the big board, which we can look at for a replay, but it's not up there. So you got to look in the corner.
At least they have the scoreboard up there. A couple of years ago, they didn't even have a score listed on that on the big jumbotron.
That is true. 23-20, Upper St. Clair in front with 1:50 to go in the half.
Very impressive, too, these big boys, the Robbins brothers. The fact that they can get to the line, but then they make their free throws when they're there. Both very good free throw shooters.
Ryan Robbins, better than I thought he would be. I mean, he is really a tough basketball player. I mean, he's 6'7", but he moves well, and he is a physical presence. Out to Harrison, 3 again. He got this one.
Misfired on his first 5, Eric. Not that time. Nothing but net. Cuts the lead. Actually tied up now at 23.
1:24 to go in the first half. Foster across half court, guarded by Harris. Into the wing it goes, and Dahlem inside, near block. Robbins skips it across. DeRosa throws it back up top for Foster. Now they get it to Robbins, top of the circle. 1:10 to go in the half. Robbins nowhere to go with it. Now he finds Foster between the circles. Foster moves to his left now, between the legs, dribble over to the right side. It goes Dahlem, right corner DeRosa, inside right block Robbins. Robbins tries to turn, got away with a travel again. And what do we got here? We got a foul. It looks like it's going to be on the Hurricanes once again. Ralph Blundo wants a jump ball. That's on Quaylen Davis. So 2 shots upcoming for Ryan Robbins as Ralph Holzer's going to go back to Kamal Jackson here with 56 seconds to go in the half.
So first on Davis. Again, team's 5th. Both teams in the bonus for the final minute here. And again, Robbins makes the first.
Jaden Schaefer is in for Quaylen Davis.
And that's a tough one there, too, because from where Davis was, I mean, there must have been something on the backside, because from where the ref was watching from, I'm just not sure how you see the foul. There must have been, again, something on the back end.
Robbins missed the second. Looks like it's off of Harrison. And out of bounds, stays with Upper St. Clair with 55 seconds to go. Ryan Robbins is out, and Jackson is back in for him for the Panthers.
Yeah, trade out 6'7" for 6'6".
Must be nice. You know, the interesting thing, too, all these kids that Holzer has, the senior class specifically, all community kids. They've all gone to his camps growing up, and they've been in the program their entire educational and athletic careers. Robbins will fire a 3, and he knocks it down from the far corner. Tyler Robbins showing the range. 4-point lead for Upper St. Clair, 27-23.
Because of that 4-point play, you get the offensive rebound, the team rebound off of the missed free throw. Hand down, man down on the 6'10" senior. And you talked about it. He's developed that part of his game. Smooth stroke there from the outside.
Plays in the Nike EYBL for Team Durant, and that's where he's really had to learn to pick up his game and take guys off the dribble. And 6'10" anymore, I mean, there's no true post players anymore. It seems like it's all fringe guys or hybrid guys that want to step outside and shoot. If he can develop that at this level, as this picked off by DeRosa, racing down the floor. Schaefer tries to contest but can't catch him. And all of a sudden it's a 6-point lead from Upper St. Clair at 29-23. Blundo fouled from behind, no call. They got a rush to get a shot up. Cox at the buzzer, threw one up and it was no good, and that's how the first half will come to a close. So a quick flurry at the end by Upper St. Clair, and they have a 6-point lead at 29-23 as we go to the half. Entertaining first half. Back and forth we go. Little mini run there by Upper St. Clair for some separation.
Yeah, that 6-0 run to end is literally the difference in this game, but you know, this is where they come up big. Coach Danny Holzer for Upper St. Clair, Coach Ralph Blundo for Newcastle. They've both been doing it for so long. The halftime adjustments, you know that each team is going to have something up their sleeve that probably hasn't been seen on film yet. The question is, who can go and execute? The fact of the matter is, you've seen a great start to this contest, and now we see the chess match really truly begin.
We'll step aside for a timeout. When we come back, the halftime show here from the Peterson Event Center. You're listening to the Boys 6A WPIAL Championship on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
At Medore Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
Hey Scotty fans, it's Mrs. Ryan and Miss Felina here on behalf of the Union Area Education Association. And we want to wish all of our Scotties good luck this season. Go Scotties!
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
Halftime here at the Peterson Event Center. Eric Thomas, James Dotson with you. It's a 6-point lead for Upper St. Clair, 29-23, as they lead Newcastle after 16 minutes of play. First half numbers for Upper St. Clair, they shot 8 of 17, end up going 47% from the floor, 56% from three-point territory in the first half, and they were led in the first half point-wise by Jake Foster with 8, Tyler Robbins with 7, 5 for Ryan Robbins, and 3 apiece for Dahlem and Gaitis, and 2 for DeSora, 1 for Kamal Jackson in the first half. For Newcastle, they shot 9 of 23 overall, good for 39%, just 3 of 9 from downtown. And they were led in the first half by Ralphie Blundo with 8. He's 3 for 3 from the floor. All of them are inside, higher percentage shots. Not much else in the way of pop scoring-wise, but it's balanced for Newcastle, as Davis has 4, 3 apiece for Harrison, Harris, and Lemon, and 2 for Kai Cox. Little surprise, Cox is 1 for 5 shooting in the first half. Little surprised that he hasn't been a little bit more aggressive trying to get points, but he does have 4 assists and 3 rebounds. And Newcastle overall, as we sort of thought, has done a pretty good job on the glass. It's only a 13-11 margin for Upper St. Clair on the glass, so they've played the rebounding side pretty even. And as far as everything else goes, points in the paint, they're actually dominating this game 12-6. That's 2-1 against a team that has a 6'10" post player.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that for sure, but it's the outside shooting for the Panthers that has been the difference. You mentioned it, 5 of 9 from beyond the arc. Jake Foster hitting those 2 for sure being a big part. But yeah, when you get those opportunities to knock down the 3-pointers, that's been effective. I'm also impressed with Newcastle, though, close in the rebounding, but they actually are winning on the offensive rebounds. No second chance, well, not no second chances, but the number of second chances certainly been limited for Upper St. Clair in the first half. It's now a matter of, again, continuing your play, getting out here, got to knock down a couple of shots yourself for sure, but keep with the aggressiveness, because there was times there in the last couple of minutes where Upper St. Clair was having trouble holding on to the ball, especially early on in the game. Robbins, a lot of bobbles, having to regather and re-pick up the basketball after losing it. Keep the pressure up, see if you can force more of those sort of mistakes. But in the end, yeah, you got to knock down a couple of shots here. They're playing right with them. That 6-0 run at the end of the first half certainly hurts. But everything's right there in front of you. And as we mentioned before the break, what trick might be up the sleeve for each of these coaches? Coach Danny Holzer, 500 wins in 30 years now? He's going to have something impressive. On the other side, Coach Blundo, he's done this a few times too. This is his 413th game as a head coach. 752 for Danny Holzer. I mean, that's just the varsity level. You mentioned all the clinics they do, all the middle school games that they probably coached as their kids have come through the program. And that's it. It's about building a program. And my goodness, do these guys build fantastic programs from the bottom up. And that's how any program gets to where it is. And that's why you have, no surprise, coaches with this magnitude being here. That's why you had a JoJo Salvino, who was in the championship game in what is going to be his final season and winning it last night. That's why you have a Coach Grabowski who will be there tomorrow. Those are the types of coaches that have built the programs up. That's why they're the teams that make it back to, or not even back to back, but just consistently making it to the peak.
Yeah, and from Joe Salvino's standpoint, he's done. I think Luann Grabowski's actually found the fountain of youth. I mean, she's I don't think she's going anywhere with the crop of talent that this Neshannock team has coming up. And the underclass team, or underclass players that they have, that team's going nowhere but up. The stock is through the roof on that Neshannock girls program right now.
I mean, I don't know. The New York Knicks might come calling.
Possible.
Then we can maybe talk about it. But no, that's going to be a fun one tomorrow morning, again, 11 o'clock a.m. for that. And just real quick, the number of teams from the county that are still playing ball, I feel bad for the baseball and softball coaches because they're going to have to keep on delaying. By the way, I believe today is the first official day of spring practice, and you got over half the county that is still going into the state tournament in basketball, including Wilmington in a consolation game for the girls tomorrow. They're up in District 10. Obviously, the 4 teams playing for championships here this weekend in the WPIAL. Both Elwood City teams are in the tournament. Mohawk played a third-place game. Neshannock played a third-place game on the boys' side. We're going to have 5 home games on Friday and Saturday that we're going to have to try to find a way to get on the air. We're going to do the best we can, video broadcast when we can, audio broadcast when we can. Going to need your help to do it. Please send me a message. Send us a message on social media. Send me an email. We need your help to try to, the rights fees work a little bit differently when we get to the state tournament. Need any and all help that we can get, so please reach out to us to help make that happen.
Certainly be a busy weekend next weekend. And remember, you mentioned the point about softball and baseball. Again, the state finals are we still have a month to go yet until we get to the state finals.
Yeah.
There's a week off between this weekend and the start next week, and then there's a week off between the quarters and the semis, and then there's a week off between the semis and the finals. It's a week time.
This is turning into a hockey season, Eric.
It really is. Yeah, it really is. Hey, quick note, because we mentioned it at the top of the broadcast tonight, Central York has defeated Central Dauphin for the District 3 Championship 72-59. So the defending state champions will now be on the western side of the bracket, the quote-unquote western side of the bracket, when the PIAA tournament starts in 6A next Saturday. That means these 2 teams, Roman Catholic out of Philly and the defending state champ Central York, are all going to have to go through one another to get to the Giant Center. And we are staring potentially at a matchup between Central York and Roman Catholic in round 2.
What?
Which would be a week from Wednesday night. And then after that, potentially a team here like Newcastle. Newcastle would not get one of those teams until the semi, but it's also possible they could run into one of them in the quarters too. So a lot to happen here, but Central York is going to be on the western side of the bracket again, a team that this Upper St. Clair team beat in the regular season by 2 Robbins free throws late in that game, as Harrison starts the second half and he misses his jumper from the near side and Robbins collects the rebound.
Good patience in that offense. 30 seconds off the clock. You got a good mid-range jumper, just unable to knock it down. But promising again. You can. All you got to ask for is good possessions, get clean looks. That one just didn't fall for Damien.
4th rebound for Robbins here tonight. He's out top now. Gaddis has it, goes to his right, guarded by Davis, over to Foster. Now it's far wing Jackson. He drives the baseline. Ralphie meets him. He tries to beat Blundo to the bucket. Good defense by Blundo. They missed the shot, and Newcastle collects the rebound. Trailing by 6. Just underway here in the 3rd. Blundo step back 3 on the way, and it rattled in and out, and Robbins gets his 5th rebound. I mean, that was almost around the dial and in.
And then it almost hung like it almost got stuck on the back of the rim. Such soft touch. Can't believe that one didn't fall.
Foster the other way, off the back iron, tips and grabbed by Jackson. They reset it out top with Dahlem. Now it's Foster on the far side. Foster. Cox comes up to meet him. Over near side it goes against Dahlem, guarded by Harris. Shakes to his right, now goes left. Over to the far side it goes Gaddis. Gaddis, top of the circle. Jackson, near wing it comes. Dahlem back to Jackson. Open 3 straight away. Off the back iron again. Cox the rebound for Newcastle. Here come the Hurricanes in transition. Cox to his right. Finds Harrison. Back to Cox. Kai with a fake. Steps through Cox. And that is slammed to the floor by Robbins. Another block for him. They run the floor the other way. Jackson goes by everybody, throws it up on Harrison. It's fouled. The basket counts, and it's a foul on Damian Harrison with 6:03 to go in the 3rd.
And he's upset with himself. Harrison, that rebound to start the 3rd quarter, his first rebound of the game. You mentioned it. He's a double-double machine. He did not have a single rebound in the first half and just mistimed his jump there as he went to try to get the block on Jackson, who's going to go now for the 3-point play.
3rd quarter brought to you by Shipping Depot Plus, Lawrence County's only premier shopping outlet located on the Diamond in downtown Newcastle. Shipping Depot Plus wishes the best of luck to all Lawrence County teams this weekend. Your one-stop shop for all your shipping needs. They're making ship happen. Located on the Diamond in downtown Newcastle.
You know, I told Pat that I would be the one to read that second part there just to be safe, but you handled that perfectly, sir.
It's sometimes difficult, but Harris over on the far wing. It's now an 8-point lead for Upper St. Clair. Blundo, they love to get him going from 3. He is guarded very tightly by Dahlem.
Yeah, no threes for Ralphie Blundo here. Just one for Harris, one for Harrison, one for Lemon in the first half.
Dahlem sort of jawing with him a little bit, clapping his hands when he got rid of the ball as Harris has it left side. Harris to Davis. Davis back to Harrison. Open 3. Harrison, and we got a foul underneath on the Panthers with 5:25 to go. That's going to be on Dahlem.
Second on Julian Dahlem. First foul of the third quarter. One foul apiece here with 5:25 remaining in the third.
Dahlem, a 4-time all-conference football player for the Panthers. Catch and shoot by Ralphie, fadeaway, got it! My goodness, a beautiful shot by Ralphie Blundo, and all of a sudden it's back to 5 with 5:16 to go.
He almost landed in Johnny Lee's lap across the scorer's table all the way in front of the curtains. Oh my goodness, and that was with the hand in his face. Oh, by the 6'10" hand in his face in Tyler Robbins.
Johnny Lee didn't move an inch.
No, he did not.
The great Johnny Lee. Good establishment in Dormont, too. I'm sure he'll be hanging out there afterwards as Foster runs. And, oh, my, Robbins missed the dunk on the foul. They get it right back to him, and he's fouled by Harris underneath. Quickly, 2 fouls on Newcastle here as we're almost halfway through the third.
Because you don't see it very often. I wonder if we're going to see it on the replay. No, we're going to see the Ralphie Blundo fadeaway in the lap of Johnny Lee. But that was almost goaltending on Tyler Robbins as he went for the putback slam.
Gaitis for 3, and he drains it.
Off the inbound, they lost track of Nico Gaitis, and he drains his second from downtown.
Just like that, back to an 8-point lead for Upper St. Clair with 4:35 to go in the third. Harris drives left side, little runner, no. Rebound, almost caught by Davis. It's pulled in by Jackson. Here comes Upper St. Clair up the floor. Dahlem lob into the corner. Gaitis, catch and shoot 3 on the way, off the back iron. Rebound slapped out of there by Harrison into the hands of Dahlem. Back to Jackson, stripped by Blundo. Out of bounds off of Blundo. Blundo saying that it was off the knee of Jackson to no avail, and it's going to be Upper St. Clair ball with 4:14 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, adamant that it went off the knee, and I mean, just by the way the ball was kicked out of bounds, kind of tough to imagine how it wasn't, but nonetheless, Upper St. Clair will get the possession back.
Inbound to Jackson, to Dahlem at the foul line. He brings it back out. They'll reset the offense.
How about the quick hands, though, of both Robbins and Dahlem to be able to even get that ball back on that last possession after the long rebound?
Dahlem to the corner goes. Gaitis back to Dahlem. 3:57 to go. Deep 3 near wing by Foster off the side of the backboard, or side of the rim and backboard, and Blundo pulls in the rebound.
And now all of a sudden the shot's not falling as much for Upper St. Clair from outside. Still an 8-point Panthers advantage, though.
Ralphie drives, and he is fouled on the floor on the go, and it'll be an inbound with 3:43 to go. That foul is going to be against Kamal Jackson. Ryan Robbins is back in. Gianni DeRosa is back in. Foster will take a seat, and so will Jackson. You know, I found it interesting that Danny Holzer had said after they beat Central York this season that it was a good barometer as to where we were as a program. You had just won the WPIAL title a season ago, and you're a favorite to do it this year. Again, a catch and shoot by Blunder for 3, missed that one, and Robbins pulls the rebound in with one hand. Just interesting to hear a program that good say we needed to know where we were. As Robbins repositions himself, Ryan Robbins on the other end, and he banks it in.
Makes it a 10-point advantage, but to your point with that, as we get a timeout call by Newcastle, to your point with that, it's all about not just within District 7, but across the entire state, with 6A basketball, especially out east, so incredible. That's kind of the point of it, as we're going to get a Pontius Insurance, a full timeout taken here by Newcastle. But you're right. Like you know you're the defending WPIAL champion. That's great. You know, though, you have bigger aspirations. And this is the team, as you mentioned, ranked number 1 in the state. That's where they expect to be. That's where they want to be. It's going to be a juggernaut for all these teams to get through the 6A state tournament. But this is a team that believes that they can do it, and seeing that they can defeat that Central York team, certainly a big stepping stone in figuring that out.
Third quarter shooting numbers so far: Upper St. Clair 3 of 9. Newcastle 1 of 6 so far in the third. Upper St. Clair now just 11 of 26 in the game. Newcastle 10 of 29. Newcastle has not led since the 3:21 mark of the first quarter. And their last field goal was now 2 minutes ago. So they've got to get something going here. This is what Upper St. Clair has done all year. They've just kind of, with the exception of a handful of teams like Montour and, again, Central York, but they've just grinded these teams out. And as good and as efficient as their offense has been at times, And this is a team that was shooting 39% from three in its first 4 games of the year. But as great as their offense can be, it's their defense that's been smothering people. We talked about the average they allow.
Yeah, 39 points per game on the season, and it kind of goes overlooked when you see the offensive numbers that they're able to put in that efficiency category, and I think that's what's been absolutely key. When you're consistently shooting over 40-45% from the field game in, game out, that speaks volumes.
Harris off the restart. Harrison, 3-ball. That's off the. Oh, he banked it in. It looked like it was going to be a tough angle shot. It hit the top corner of the square and fell in for Damian Harrison. It's 36-29. Upper St. Clair with 3 minutes to go in the third.
So Friday night, 9:49 p.m. Apparently Banks still open here in Oakland.
Dahlem on the drive by Harris, and he is fouled by, I believe that is on Davis. Yep.
Yeah, he slid in just a little bit too late as he tried to draw the charge. Would have been in the restricted zone, though. You know, they're supposed to ignore it because it doesn't exist in high school basketball, the officials, but you know kind of that they're going to at least consider looking at that.
Dahlem's first trip to the line tonight.
It's because it's in the officials' heads, and you know a lot of these officials will also work college games.
That foul was actually on Harris.
Oh, really?
Yes, that is his 4th. So he is out, and in place of him is Chase Lemon. Dahlem's second is going to bank in, or rim in, and Blundo will inbound with 2:51 to go. We're back to a 9-point lead now for Upper St. Clair as Newcastle needs to find some points here. 2 of 7 in the quarter. Davis over to Harrison to Cox in the near corner. Up top to Harrison again. Over to Lemon on the far side. Lemon dribbles once to Cox left side. Cox pull up 3 on the way. That is off the mark. Rebound as Harrison skies in there. Gets it back to Davis, now Blundo. Blundo around a screen, goes to his left, goes by Robbins, hesitates, and is mugged, no call. Lob up ahead from Robbins to DeRosa, trying to outrun everybody. Throws one up, missed it, and the rebound pulled in by Cox. Here comes the talented freshman Cox, trying to get started himself. Dribbles through everybody. Floater blocked by Ryan Robbins. Davis got the loose ball. It's out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Newcastle with 2:08 to go in the quarter.
Oh, no, they changed it. They said it went off the leg of Newcastle.
Yep, they switched it, so it's going to be Upper St. Clair ball as Foster is back in place of DeRosa. 2:08 to go in the third. 38-29 Upper St. Clair. And almost stolen off the inbound by Blundo. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Panthers. What adjustment can Ralph Blundo make here? They got to get some points and start hitting some buckets here.
You can't. There's no 9-point play in basketball. You've got to chip away. And over the next 2 minutes, you want to get this 9-point advantage down to 7 or 6. That's all your goal is right now. Then in the first 4 minutes of the fourth quarter, you chip it down to 3 or 2. Like that's all you really can be looking for. It's a game of runs. You never know when that next run's going to come.
Guidance inside to Ryan Robbins. Another aggressive move as he knocks Davis down and lays it in. 40-29, an 11-point lead for Upper St. Clair. Their biggest of the night with 1:38 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, a good no call there, too. A bit of a flop. Surprised actually didn't get a flop warning on that one from Davis.
Head fake. Harrison missed the baseline jumper. Davis the rebound out to Blundo. Catch and shoot 3 on the way. No. Rebound tapped by Robbins into the hands of Dahlem. Dahlem racing down the floor. We got players colliding everywhere. Dahlem lobs it up for Robbins, who throws it down with 2 hands and flexes as he runs back up the floor. And it's 42-29 Panthers.
Bodies flying, Chase Lemon in chase mode. He was doing the hurdles to get over the 2 players on the ground, and then all of a sudden you had the alley-oop, and Robbins two-handed slam in the air.
1:02 to go in the quarter. We got a foul on the floor. That's on Dahlem. DeRosa's back in for Upper St. Clair. As for Dahlem, that's going to be his 3rd. There was a foul, that, like we said, on Dahlem, so Newcastle will inbound.
3 team fouls apiece here, so no bonus free throws likely coming here in the third.
Harrison 3 on the way, no. Rebound, Ryan Robbins. Ryan Robbins lobs it ahead to Foster. Under a minute to go, 53 seconds to go in the third.
That felt like a panic shot right off of the inbounds, a little too deep and not in the sequence of the offense there from Harrison. It's the last thing you can do.
It really did as Foster drives, reverse layup, no. Rebound pulled in by Cox. Kai splits everybody, lobs it up ahead. Corner 3 by Harrison, no. Rebound falls into the hands of Gaitis. who lost the ball. He and Blundo are mixing it up, and it's off of somebody and out of bounds.
Yeah, foul, I think, before that's going to get called against Blundo.
Yeah, it is. As Dahlem will check back in for Upper St. Clair with 32.2 to go.
They got that on Davis.
It's going to be the fourth team foul on Upper St. Clair with 32 seconds to go. It is on Davis. That's his fourth. Ralph's going to have to roll some dice here, though. He's just going to have to go with these 2 four-foul guys. They need some buckets here in a big way. They need Cox or Blundo to get going, too. Down to 18 seconds to go in the third. Dahlem has it, guarded by Blundo. Dahlem up near half court with 10. Now right side it goes over to Foster. Foster guarded by Harrison, screened by Ryan Robbins. They tried screen and roll and he threw it away. He tried to feed it to Dahlem in the corner with 2 seconds to go. So Newcastle's going to have to Leitner this ball as Cox will inbound it with 2.1 seconds to go. Got to free it up, get it to Ralphie. They get it into him. Ralphie from just inside half court, going to hit the top of the backboard and carry him back towards the middle of the floor. That's how the third quarter comes to an end. A third quarter dominated by Newcastle as they take a 42-29 lead to the fourth. Upper St. Clair, I beg your pardon, a 42-29 lead to the fourth. You're listening to the boys 6A championship game on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Newcastle's Ralphie Blundo as the January Red Zone Male Athlete of the Month for scoring his 1,000th career point. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Elwood City's Kayla Jones as the January Female Athlete of the Month for also eclipsing the 1,000 career point mark. Congratulations and best of luck to 1,000th point scorers Kayla Jones and Ralphie Blundo, the January Red Zone Athletes of the Month.
Thank you for calling AXE. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. Axe can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joyride.
It's so convenient for them. We take them door to door. We help them get off and on the bus so they need to use the lifts.
I love the people, especially the senior citizens.
They care about us as much as we care about them.
Even if it's the same day, to schedule your joyride, call Axe today.
Right now.
This game and broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL. This broadcast is intended exclusively for the benefit of the listening audience, and any use, broadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent of the WPIAL is prohibited. Fourth quarter tonight brought to you by attorney Lou Parada, an attorney for any and all of your legal needs. For your free injury case evaluation, visit louparada.com. That's LOUPERROTTA.com. The firm wishes the best of luck to the County of Champions this weekend at the Pete. Well, if Newcastle is going to win the championship here in 6A, they're going to have to mount a rally. Down 42-29 with 8 minutes to go for the WPIAL championship. And again, the runner-up is going to play Cumberland Valley in the first round of states, and the champion will play York. That'll be in the 6A bracket. They get the fourth started. Underneath it goes to Tyler Robbins, knocked away, couldn't hang on to it. Up ahead it goes to Harris. Harris playing with 4 fouls, starts the fourth quarter. It's Harris, Cox, Blundo, Harrison, and Davis. So the 2 4 fouls on the floor, Davis and Harris. Blundo, near wing, goes to his left, pull up baseline floater, short, rebound, battling with Jackson, gets mixed up, and it's going to be an over the back on Ralphie, and we'll go the other way with 7:28 to play.
I like the design of that little screen and roll, but then you kind of go away from the screen because you have the big man who is having to hedge out on the screen, gives you a little avenue to try to go baseline. Good floater look from Ralphie, but couldn't get it to go.
Gaitis, Dahlem, Foster, Tyler Robbins, and Kamal Jackson. Steal by Cox. Cox, no-look pass underneath to Blundo. He lays it up and in.
Yeah, I wondered when you'd see a little bit more of this pressure defense, full court pressure being put on by Newcastle.
As Blundo hits the deck, here comes Dahlem the other way across half court. Near corner, open for 3. Gaitis knocked it down.
And that's the factor, though, is that you give up potentially open looks at the other end. You know, tit for tat, you get a 2, but then you give up a 3.
14-point lead for Upper St. Clair as a foul on the floor. is going to be against Dahlem with 6:57 to go. Newcastle attacks the basket to our left. Boy, we just saw the replay of that pass to Blundo. What a beautiful job by Cox. As Luke Marchinski is into the game for the first time tonight for the Panthers. Cox, by the way, I mean, he says he's going to play football for Freddie Mazzocco in the fall. It's going to be interesting to see, I guess, be the starting quarterback, it sounds like, or at least compete for the job. As Blundo, high arcing three off the back iron, and the rebound falls to Jackson.
Well, I mean, put it this way, I believe it's Akron. Don't quote me on that, but it is Akron who is offering him for football, and he didn't play football this year.
Ralphie slams into the table right in front of us. They save it. Harris comes the other way. Harris all the way to the bucket, short on the layup attempt, and the rebound's pulled in by Jackson. We get a foul underneath on Newcastle with 6:28 to go in the game. Chase Lemon is going to come back in. That's on Kai Cox. That's his second. Harris is going to come out, and Lemon back in with 6:28 to go. Ralphie Blundo looks a little shaken up after he hit the table. Good thing that coffee's empty right there.
It would have been otherwise.
Yeah, guide us on the near wing back to Foster.
I'll tell you a story about that at the next timeout.
As we got 6:13 to go, Foster pulls it back out. Newcastle going to just try to wilt some clock here with a 14-point lead and 6:07 to go. We get a foul.
And if that's Davis, that's his fifth. It is.
And it is on Quaylen Davis, and he is disqualified. So Jaden Schaefer is going to come back in for the Hurricanes with 6:07 to go. Quaylen Davis fouls out tonight, 2 of 3, 4 points, and 4 rebounds in 22 minutes. An important piece of the puzzle here, though. I mean, again, it's amazing to see he went from 6 minutes against Butler to 20 minutes against Mount Lebanon, and 22 here tonight and a start. As Schaefer will come in for Davis. Jaden Schaefer, we've seen limited action here tonight, just 4 minutes so far. Attempted 1 field goal. As Foster inbounds to Jackson. 6:05 to play for the 6A title in WPIAL boys basketball. It's a 14-point lead for Upper St. Clair. As Foster over to Marchinski, now back to Foster near half court. Now he comes near side, guarded by Lemon, goes to his right, slips. Cox moves to double team him, and we got Lemon and Foster mixing it up. As we get a timeout called by Holzer and Upper St. Clair.
Yeah, neither player wanting to be the one to let go of the ball first. Had to mention, yeah, your coffee that's empty. Got to give a shout out to our colleague with KDKA Radio, Josh Roundtree. He's done the 3 Lawrence County games today on KDKA. I remember he was sitting the same spot at the other end of the table. This is probably 6 or 7 years ago now, but same scenario. Player coming over trying to save the ball. Well, back then they gave water to all the people here, but not in water bottles. It was in cups. And it was a little plastic cup that was not filled for much longer. And no, I do not believe Josh had a change of clothes. That was the first game of I believe on the Saturday quintuplet header that he was supposed to be covering all 7 games. He powered through. Shocker, Mr. Roundtree, the voice of hit women's basketball. Love remembering that story every year, and it takes that first trip into the scorer's table before that one pops back into the memory bank.
We do have, I mean, there's a big difference between and it's no offense to the high schools, but I mean, this is a professional setting here at what is a Power 5 conference basketball program. So you have nice cup holders on the table here that are very deep. So that way, like, if you put your cup in there, the whole thing is swallowed. You're pretty safe. Mine's empty anyway, but.
It didn't matter, trust me. With how much that table shook, everything still popped up and out and in the lap of Mr. Roundtree.
Foster can't get it in. He lobs it up top for Guidus, and it's picked off by Lemon. Lemon goes the other way, and he missed the layup. He was all alone and missed it, and Robbins recovers for the rebound. Up ahead it goes to Jackson. Jackson with 5:37 to go. Lemon recovers to tie him up with Cox, harassing him like crazy, but Foster gets the loose ball into Guidus, lays it up and in.
I mean, everything went right there for Newcastle. They got the steal. Lemon couldn't make the shot, and part of it was because you had Tyler Robbins coming back, trailing the play, looking to try to LeBron slap it off of the window.
Cox inside. Nice feed to Schaefer, who lays it in himself. Back to a 14-point lead with 5:10 to go in the contest.
They've done that a couple of times now, Eric. They just haven't been able to do it consistently. That's been open down low.
And to the corner it goes. Deep three once again. It's Jackson, and they are raining them here tonight. 8 of 16 for Upper St. Clair as Blundo draws the contact the other way. And the foul will be on Foster with 4:55 to play.
Absolutely incredible the way this team has shot the basketball.
I think the most impressive thing I've seen from this Upper St. Clair team tonight is how the young man running by us, Ryan Robbins, and his brother Tyler Robbins, pass the ball.
Yeah. Because that was a three-pointer setup because you collapse down. You got to be able to find the open man back on the perimeter. You catch, release, shoot.
Speaking of which, Kai Cox drains it from straight away.
Only his second field goal of the game, though. He's got 5.
Cuts it to a 14-point lead once again. Foster, lob up ahead. Robbins, lob, or rather he goes to the bucket, and we get a blocking foul called on Cox. And Kai with that puzzle look. Basket counts and a foul. And Robbins will go to the line to shoot 1. He's now got 11 and 10 rebounds here tonight and 4 blocks.
And even a little bit of a fake pass Euro step there for the future Miami of Ohio.
As he drains the free throw, 12 points now, another double-double for Robbins, who will be off to the MAC. Been some great games in the MAC this year. I love MAC. Athletics says we get a travel called on Cox with 4:28 to go. So it'll go back to Upper St. Clair.
But again, the season not over for either of these two teams. The state tournament beginning a week from tomorrow. 4 teams in Class 4A, or Class 6A, excuse me, will be in the States, and both Newcastle and Upper St. Clair will host that opening round game.
That's just the 3rd turnover tonight for Newcastle. As Cox picks it off, and Harris keeps it alive. Out to Blundo for 3. Quick trigger, no. Rebound Cox. Fade away, no, and he's fouled. He'll shoot 2 with 4:12 to go. We talked about the efficiency of this Upper St. Clair, the Newcastle team. So 3 turnovers tonight. They've got 9 assists. They forced, on the other hand, 10 turnovers. It's been a weird game. Really, like, there's so many numbers that add up one way for one side, and then the score favors the other side. Newcastle has not played bad in this game. They just have not shot the ball with the efficiency that they've done of late.
Well, turnovers and offensive rebound second chances. I mean, that's how you win games, because that means that you are shooting more shots. That means that you are getting more chances to put the ball in the hoop. They have taken 10 more shots than Upper St. Clair has. Part of the issue is they've taken 11 fewer free throws, but in the end, you take that many more attempts from the field than your opposition, you expect to win. They just haven't gone in today.
Cox missed the second, 53-36. Robbins lost the ball again. Ryan to the corner will pick it up, and he stepped. Nope, timeout called by Danny Holzer, and Upper St. Clair with 4:01 to go. Want to remind you that the 4th quarter tonight is brought to you by attorney Lou Parada. Lou and his staff are committed to excellence and handle every case with dedication and personal service. Visit them on South Jefferson Street in Newcastle. Big thanks to all of our sponsors here tonight. Again, Looks by Lisa, the law offices of Bradley G. Olson Jr., Shipping Depot Plus, and attorney Lou Parada for bringing you the 6A Boys Championship game here from the Peterson Event Center.
Newcastle has led for 9 seconds of this game in the early goings. Upper St. Clair has controlled this one from start to finish, and you see why this is the #1 ranked team in the state, Eric. There's no question about it. They have the length, they have the power down low, but then, like you saw in that last possession, you collapse down low, the bigs are able to find the open guys on the outside, and those guys knock down the threes. I mean, you're shooting, in this arena especially, shooting 50% from beyond the arc. That tells you something. Only 21 coaches, by the way, in the WPIAL have over 500 wins. Danny Holzer is one of them. We talk about, like Joe Salvino, who says he's retiring at the end of this year. Is that coming for Danny Holzer? He said, absolutely not. I don't have any other hobbies. What else would I do, is what he says. And, that sounds like a life for Coach. And, 15 years from now, we might be talking about Coach G-style numbers there from him.
That very well could be. One of the best coaches. He is closing in on a 5th WPIAL title as this Panthers program head coach, as Robbins kicks it across the way to Foster, but it's knocked out of bounds by Harris. And it will stay with Upper St. Clair with 3:57 to play here from the Peterson Event Center.
That was the first bad pass from the post to the outside, and that's only because it hit the net on the way through.
That was Ryan Robbins who gets it off the inbound. Nods to his brother to guide us. Now Foster. Upper St. Clair with a 53-36 lead. Lob across. Guidis catches it near wing into the corner. It goes to Dahlem. Dahlem spins on Blundo, goes baseline, now reverses. Lobs back out to Foster, now back to Dahlem. Dahlem inside the arc will hop step at the foul line, and he's fouled.
Yeah, Ralphie got him, I think, right between the eyes. That's the 5th foul against Newcastle, so it is 2 free throws coming the rest of the way. 11 of 14 right now is Upper St. Clair from the charity stripe tonight.
So the way it's looking right now, Newcastle is going to play Cumberland Valley next Saturday. And Cumberland Valley...
Long drive from Mechanicsburg.
That is a very long drive. Cumberland Valley was one of the favorites in District 3 this year, which was loaded top to bottom. Mechanicsburg, Central Dauphin, Central York, Cumberland Valley, Wilson, all very, very good teams. So it was a great tournament. They got knocked out early by their rival Central Dauphin. One of us at the table is a Central Dauphin alum. I won't say which one. I think it's pretty obvious. And as Dahlem gets the second one to roll in. Of note for Cumberland Valley, though, they won the Mid-Penn Conference tournament over Trinity, who just won the District 3 title in AAA the other night. Their big three of Creston Austin, Nolan Bazulka, and Joe Dolimpo, all 3 guys in double figures, all 3 shooting 50% or better for the season.
Incredible.
As Lemon throws one up, no good, and Ryan Robbins the rebound. Up ahead it goes to Guidis. Guidis lobs it over to the far side. Foster back to Guidis near side. Guidis elbow, kicks it to the corner. Jackson with a head fake. Back to Lemon. Lemon tips it and picks it off. Up ahead to Harrison. Harrison running the floor, drives the lane and lays it up and in. 54-38. Upper St. Clair in front with under 3 to go as Guidis quickly down the floor to Jackson. Jackson hesitates in midair. No. DeRosa, no. The follow again. Jackson pulled the rebound in. He's fouled on the floor, and it looks like it's going to be on Harrison.
Impressive body control from Harrison on the first block because hanging in the air. Impressive body control the first time through on the offense as well. But hanging in the air and then still getting the hand back out there to cleanly block it away. But then staying with it, though, was KJ. And he's going to get 2 more free throws here late.
Missed it off the back iron as Marchinsky and Dahlem will come back in. Guidis will take a seat. Actually, Marchinsky will wait here. He's going to come in for the shooter. Yeah, it's going to be a week off as Jackson makes the second. Marchinsky back in for him with 2:50 to go. I'm going to tell you right now, that is going to be one of the best first-round matchups of the entire 6A tournament with Cumberland Valley and Newcastle round 1 next Saturday. Yes, please. That is going to be a fun game. Dave Vespignani, the head coach at Cumberland Valley, great job he's done there building that program into a power. They just won their first District 3 title a season ago. As we get a foul on Newcastle once again with 2:39 to go. That's
Kyrell
Harris who is fouled out.
So Coach Blundo will use all 30 of his seconds. Gives us a chance to give a quick shout out to all our great sponsors throughout the course of the year. Maley Chiropractic, Newcastle Transit Authority, UPMC Orthopedic Care, MVP Insurance, Penn Ohio Bottled Water, The Red Zone, Medora Bonner Law, Ponch's Insurance, Creative Edge and Gem Builders, Works in Progress, the Crane Room Grill. Here there's a watch party going on right now at the Crane Room Grill. Give me some Q Wings, Jamie, please, if you're listening. I could use some Q Wings coming up. And of course, Something for Your Wall Photography. So many great photos coming from today's games, coming from her. Check them out online as well.
Foster makes the first. So the bottom half of the bracket, this is the draw that will avoid the Central York Roman Catholic possibility until the semis, rather the quarters. So you have a chance to play 2 rounds, as it'll be Cumberland Valley in round 1 for Newcastle, and then either the 3rd place team out of District 1 in Philly or the 3rd place team out of District 11 in the Lehigh Valley.
So you're talking Lower Marion or Coatesville out of District 1. William Allen and Whitehall play tomorrow from District 11.
As Harrison knocks down the 3 with 2:23 to go. Blundo hit the deck and he is shaken up. Landed awkwardly, it looks like on his, can't tell if he landed on his hip, but he appears to be okay. Get a timeout. Ralphie just trying to work a cramp or something out.
Oh, yeah, that's a cramp. Oh, man.
As he walks over to the sideline. It's a 30-second timeout call with 2:23 to go. You know, that's the other issue, too, is Lower Merion is one of the best teams in the state, too, and they are a potential threat to win the state title themselves. That is, I mean, the western side of this bracket, you know, the East is going to have, or the quote-unquote East is going to have, it's more of an open tournament now, but the East is going to have Father Judge and Imhotep as the 12-2 and 12-1 teams. And some quality teams there, too, out of District 3. Fourth place team is in that section.
Chambersburg and
Central
Mechanicsburg will be
Dauphin.
from District 3 in there.
Yep, Central Dauphin, the runner-up, will be in that section, that part of the bracket as well. But, man, the West is just so loaded. I mean, you're potentially going to have Lower Merion, Roman Catholic, this Upper St. Clair team, and the defending state champion Central York. And they're all going to have to knock each other off either before or in the quarters or semis just to get to Hershey to play for a state title. Lob over to the far side, and Dahlem back to the near corner. It comes to DeRosa. DeRosa hands it off. Marchinsky, little runner, is good.
8th different Panther in the scorebook tonight as Marchinsky gets the little runner in the lane.
59-41 as Blundo gets it to Lemon on the near wing. Lemon skips it to Cox between the circles. 1:52 to play here in the 6A title game as Upper St. Clair, Cox hesitates, tries to go around Robbins, but Robbins got a piece of it. Now Dahlem coming down the floor the other way. 1:40 to go and a foul in the backcourt. Blundo guilty of that one as we'll go the other way with 1:39 to go in this contest. That's the fourth foul on Blundo.
Well, one of the big keys we said was if Newcastle can control the boards, they control the offensive glass. It's been even throughout the most of the game, but overall the rebounds, Upper St. Clair now almost doubling up, a 37-20 edge in the rebounding category. That's a big factor right there. Even though Upper St. Clair has taken 12 fewer shots in the game, and in fact they've only made 2 more shots than Newcastle, but they've gotten to the line, shot many, many more free throws, and they've hit most of them like they hit both here. 20-point advantage for the Panthers, flexing the muscles here late, and a steal from DeSora.
Yeah, DeSora. And Danny Holzer's going to empty the bench. Holden Rickel is going to come in. You're also going to get George Gombar is going to come in. 93 seconds to go. And that foul is on Ralphie Blundo, so he is out. Fouls out here tonight. Third player for Newcastle to foul out tonight. 5 of 13 shooting, 13 points. Just 1 of 6 from downtown. It was a beauty, though. 2 steals and 2 rebounds for Ralphie Blundo tonight. Just 2 Newcastle players in double figures. Harrison, the other one, still playing with 4 fouls. As Jermaine Walker is going to come into the game for Newcastle. And Dahlem will take a seat along with Foster, along with Robbins, Marchinsky, and Upper St. Clair starting to celebrate here as they are going to repeat, the first team to repeat as the 6A champs in WPIAL boys basketball since Pine Richland did it in 2016 and 17. Dane York is also in the game for Upper St. Clair. Sean Carana is in as well as the first free throw attempt by DeSora is good. I accidentally called him DeRosa a couple times, but it's DeSora. .93 seconds to go. It's 62-41 Upper St. Clair. Second one is good. And DeSora will take a seat as well as Jake Caceres is into the game as well.
Mason Cook, Deshaun Gordon, Travis Wetzel all into the game for Newcastle.
Newcastle will play it out here. Fadeaway is short by Russell. Still a ton to play for this Newcastle team, and they'll be hosting. As Corona fires the three, it's short. And stepping on the end line there is York. So it'll be Newcastle ball with 69 seconds to go. Again, Upper St. Clair will play York. And Newcastle, Cumberland Valley as we start the state tournament a week from tomorrow. Some of the classifications will start a week from tonight, but Newcastle will be back in action a week from tomorrow. As Gordon gets it off. That shot by Wetzel is no good, but we got a foul with 59 or 50.9 seconds left to go.
So senior Dane York's going to be able to go the other length of the court and try to get some points here at the Pete in the championship game. And, you know, again, for Newcastle, yeah, they're going to get their 4th loss of the year, but the rebound from last season, not making the playoffs for the first time in over a decade, to get here to the Peterson Event Center, it is a very impressive feat. It is a bummer that, you know, this is going to be the first graduating class under Coach Blundo that does not have a WPIAL championship ring. But in the end, a team that, yeah, still has a heck of a lot in front of them. It's going to be a gauntlet, no doubt about it. But we know they've gone on crazy runs before. They can play with just about anybody. And that's 6A basketball. You can play. These teams that are in the state tournament are going to compete each and every night no matter what. And that's going to be the fun part of it, is that you're going to see one night, wait, how did Upper St. Clair lose to that team? Wait, how did Central York lose to that team? That's just kind of how it's going to work.
This Newcastle team still, as Rickle misses the little layup attempt there. The other way we go, and a floater and a bank in. Nice job by Russell with 18 seconds to go. It's going to be a Upper St. Clair party tonight in the South Hills as we got 12 seconds left and Russell picks the foul up. You don't need to think, I mean, this again, the season not over. This Newcastle team has still got 21 wins, but next year Harrison, Cox, Schaefer, assuming everybody plays, Davis again. You know, they'll have somebody come up from the JV team, I'm sure, that'll have an impact at a younger age. They've got some pieces, too, like Mason Cook, who's in here at the end. Jermaine Walker's a freshman. Chase Lemon, who's a nice piece off the bench. And got a bank-in free throw attempt there. That was by Cesares as there's 8 seconds to go. Newcastle will play it out. So there's still a lot left to go after this year, but this team will have to rebound as Upper St. Clair knocks off Newcastle tonight by a final of 65-43, and the Panthers are the two-time reigning WPIAL champs as they repeat here at the Peterson Event Center, and they will go on to the state tournament to take on York in the first round. Newcastle loses its bid for a championship, and they will take on Cumberland Valley next Saturday in the opening round of the PIAA state tournament. We'll take a timeout, come back with our post-game show, give you the final numbers and some final thoughts here. Congratulations to both teams here tonight, but it's Upper St. Clair who comes out on top by a final of 65-43. This is the boys 6A WPIAL Championship on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Right now, someone very special needs your help. This is Jack Lynn, CEO of City Rescue Mission. No one is beyond God's love and care. One person's life can affect another. Though you may never meet this person, you can make a difference in his or her life. Hurting men and women in our community desperately need food, shelter, and physical and spiritual care. Some are struggling with abuse and addiction. They feel alone, unloved, and forgotten. Individual, caring people provide their hope. You can help change the lives of men, women, and children. Visit cityrescuemission.org and help us today.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Madore and David Verratti want to provide you with a level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Zeno Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win, proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Back here at the Peterson Event Center, Eric Thomas and James Dotson with you. Upper St. Clair wins it tonight 65-43. Let's look at the final numbers here tonight for Upper St. Clair. They shot 45%, 18 of 40, but more impressively, 8 of 17. Good for 47% from three-point territory. 39 rebounds tonight. They did turn the ball over 11 times. They were led in scoring tonight by Robbins, who had 12, along with 12 rebounds and 5 blocks. 11 points for Gaitis and 10 for Jake Foster. 9 for Ryan Robbins off the bench. 8 for Dahlem, 7 for Jackson. And a handful of players in mop-up time. Archinsky had 2, DeSora had 4, and 1 apiece for York and Cesares. For Newcastle tonight, 17 of 53 shooting, good for 32%, 7 of 22 from downtown. They started out really fast on the glass, but then only finished with 23 rebounds here tonight, 11 assists, and they turned the ball over 5 times tonight. Led in scoring by Ralphie Blundo with 13 on 5 of 13 shooting. He was 1 of 6 from downtown tonight. 11 by Damian Harrison with 2 rebounds tonight. He finished with 4 of 15 shooting. 5 for Cox, 4 for Davis, 3 for Harris, 3 for Lemon, 2 for Russell, and 2 for Schaefer off the bench. Second half shooting for Newcastle, they were 8 of 30, and then in the first half they ended up finishing 9 of 23. So it's a little misleading just because the end of the game there, and they're trying to force shots up and stuff like that, but they just could never seem to find any momentum. They didn't lead but for a couple of seconds here in the first quarter tonight. That was all the way back with 3:21 to go, and they had a 7-6 lead. That was it. That's the only time tonight they led this game.
Yeah, and more than anything too, I mean, the one number that sticks out to me is obviously 28 free throw shot for Upper St. Clair, only 4 for Newcastle. I mean, anybody who just looks at the box score is going to be like, wow, how does that happen? That happened because of the way that team played over the course of not only today but the entire year. They dictated the pace, and it's tough too because as a small guy, you're taught like, hey, if you go at the big guy and get him into foul trouble, force him to make plays, and then he'll commit fouls. That's the idea. The issue is the bigs of Upper St. Clair play defense so well in avoiding those kind of moments. They make clean blocks. They stay in good defensive position. They just don't go for the swat every time, and that's a big reason why they are, again, so successful as they are. And then the outside shooting, just absolutely incredible. In any high school game, to shoot 47% from beyond the arc is awesome. To do it in an open gym like this I can't think of a team that shot better from outside. The only thing I can even compare to, actually, girls' game last night, where Shadyside Academy shot 80% from beyond the arc. They ended up losing that game, though, because of the 20 turnovers. You hang on to the basketball, you make your free throws, you make your shots when they count, and this is a well-deserved #1 ranked team right now in the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they will set their sights on getting to the state tournament now, as they will take on York High next week in the first round of the state tournament, while Newcastle will have to tangle with a really tough Cumberland Valley team. But the good news for the Hurricanes, they will host that game next Saturday, site and time to be determined. It'll be a home game, but officially site and time to be determined. Probably tomorrow or Sunday we'll get the brackets likely official to start the state tournament next week. Now remember, the state tournament is going to go first round Saturday the 8th, second round is March 12th, a Wednesday. Then there's a Saturday round on the 15th for the quarters, a week off until the semis the following Saturday, and because of the delay and the week that they have to miss the state championship game, the state championship won't be played until March 29th. So possible these two teams could hook up again somewhere down the line. There are a lot of landmines to go through, though, on the 6A side. We mentioned it. On the Newcastle side now will be Central York, the defending state champs. Roman Catholic, potentially Lower Marion. This Upper St. Clair team is out there as well. And Cumberland Valley is going to be a dangerous team when they meet next week. So many things they got to go through to get a rematch with Upper St. Clair and vice versa too. But certainly a lot to play for. This team's got a lot of talent, and they'll just have to turn it around and get back to work and try to take aim and start with Cumberland Valley next Saturday.
Well, and the last time they were here and they were runner-ups, a very disappointed finish in a loss to that Laurel Highlands team. What do? They go and make a run and make it all the way to the Giants Center. So, nothing is out of the question. You mentioned, yes, lots of landmines to work with, but I also, you have a week to prepare for this game to get yourself back in the right mindset. Give a day off to, rest the body, rest the mind, and then get right back to work because not done yet, and especially for the seniors. They know they don't want to be done after this one, with Ralphie and Kyrell. They weren't exactly enthused about getting that runner-up trophy when they went out there to center court. So there's going to be some, not many words on the bus ride home, but the words are going to be about, hey, let's go and make a run for it right now.
Let's take one more timeout. When we come back, we'll wrap things up here. They're awarding the medals now to Upper St. Clair. And Danny Holzer just got his medal, and his team swarms him over there as Newcastle looks on. And classy by Ralph Blundo and his team as they applaud Upper St. Clair being crowned the 6A WPIAL champions. This is the boys' 6A championship game, post-game show on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
Celebrating 25 years of the best coverage of high school sports in Western Pennsylvania. This is the Trib Live High School Sports Network, covering 140 schools throughout all 3 sports seasons. Trib HSSN is always there. On tribhssn.triblive.com, you'll find live and archived broadcasts, scores, standings, news, and so much more. The Trib Live High School Sports Network, broadcasting high school sports in Western Pennsylvania for 25 years.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Back here one final time from the Peterson Event Center. Upper St. Clair is your 6A boys champion in the WPIAL, 65-43 over Newcastle. Newcastle back in action next Saturday as they take on the Cumberland Valley Eagles in the opening round of the PIAA State Tournament. Time now to give out our awards here tonight. We'll give out the Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award, and that's going to go to Ralphie Blundo for that incredible 3 he shot over Tyler Robbins tonight, fadeaway. And he almost fell out of bounds when he shot it. That thing was up in the sky for a good minute before it fell. So Ralphie is going to be your Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award winner tonight. Maley Chiropractic and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Ralphie for tonight's Play of the Game. Video of tonight's Play of the Game may also be featured on the Trib Live High School Sports Network standout platform on Twitter and Instagram. To view tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game and the full list of this season's top plays, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Play of the Game. Congratulations to the incomparable Ralphie Blondo for tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. Right?
That was the only three-pointer he made on the night, by the way, Eric. I was raising that.
That is correct.
You can't climb down here at all. You guys need to go back over.
Apparently,
like now.
People don't understand that we're still on the air here. But anyway, MVP Insurance MVP of the Game award tonight. I'm not sure how you could give it to anybody else but Tyler Robbins, who with 12 points tonight and 12 rebounds also had 5 blocks. You see his impact on both sides of the floor. And I told you earlier in the game tonight, I was more impressed with the Robbins brothers' ability to pass the ball. They are excellent passers for the big men. And you are seeing the development of Robbins, who, doesn't look as mechanical as he did a season ago. He's much more fluid on his feet and tries to take guys off the dribble. He knows when to tap into it. He's a very smart player. And he had an excellent game tonight on both ends of the floor. Right, well, including from outside, showing the range from beyond the arc, showing the fact that he can do a little Euro step action. Yeah, he played well. No assists for him, and I believe just the one for Ryan. But they set up, the pass to the outside and then the extra pass made after that. You don't get the secondary assists like in hockey, but if they did, they probably have about 5 or 6 each with what they did tonight. And that's why they are going to be such a tough out, because they see the court so well. And they're out there enjoying with the back-to-back shirts now as well-deserved back-to-back champions, the Upper St. Clair Panthers. So our MVP Insurance MVP of the game is Tyler Robbins of Upper St. Clair. MVP Insurance is presenting the MVP of the game award to Tyler of Upper St. Clair. MVP Insurance and Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Tyler as tonight's MVP. To view the full list of this year's game MVPs, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on MVP of the game. Congratulations to Tyler Robbins for being named tonight's MVP of the game. MVP Insurance, call MVP for the win. So tonight in Lawrence County, the Union girls three-peat, the Union boys and the Newcastle boys fall just short of the goal of winning the WPIAL Championship. One more to go tomorrow morning, and it is Luann Grabowski and the Neshannock Lady Lancers as they will take on section rival Aliquippa, as James and Tim Continenza will bring you that game tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Game tips off at 11 o'clock. Pregame show around 10:50 or so, somewhere in that range. The Breakfast Club here at the Pete. And if you're coming down for that game, stick around for the game after, because South Allegheny and Aliquippa boys is going to be unbelievable tomorrow afternoon. But first things first, the Lady Lancers will take a shot at the WPIAL title tomorrow. Lee Moan says breakfast is at 8:15. You joining us, Eric? I will not. I will be on the road probably a little bit after that, but I'll be listening where I am going tomorrow. So I hope you guys have a excellent call, and good luck to Luann and the Lady Lancers as they try to knock off Aliquippa. And I'm on the record. I said it, and I will stand by it until they are done. I think that team is going to go play for a state championship next month in Hershey at the Giant Center. So we'll see. Step one, big one. Now, they struggled to win that semifinal game the other night and almost gave it away. So they're going to be on the comeback tomorrow, and hopefully they play a strong game and can give Aliquippa fits once again. They swept them this year during the regular season, I believe. No, they split 1-1. That's right. They split 1-1. Pounded them at home the second game. And tomorrow the rubber match for the 2A Girls Basketball Championship. Yeah, it's going to be fun, and make sure, again, you tune in for the audio coverage here. If you are someone who likes to watch as well, go ahead, turn it on, hit the mute button, make sure you sync us up as well. And again, one final plea and pitch for please, any way that you can help to try to get these games, these state championship playoff games on the air would be much appreciated, because it is not easy, and frankly, it is not cheap. We need all the help that you can get. Big thanks to all of our sponsors today, the Union Boosters and Union Baseball pitching in to help out for the Union game. Big help tonight from Shipping Depot Plus. Thanks so much, Pat, for all you do for Newcastle Athletics. Attorney Lou Parada, the law offices of Bradley G. Olson Jr., and Looks by Lisa. Great stuff. Please help support them. They're supporting us. They're supporting local athletes. That's all we can ever ask for. And please continue to do so. Reach out to me. We want to find ways to get these games on the air. Need your help to do it. All right, that's going to do it for our coverage here tonight. Congratulations to Upper St. Clair's. They repeat as the WPIAL 6A Boys champion tonight. Victors over Newcastle, 65-43. Both teams in the state tournament. And Newcastle back in action next Saturday against Cumberland Valley at home. The time will be determined when the brackets are released on Sunday morning. Big thanks to James Dotson, Ty Polk, Lee and Jay Moan, Matt, Leah, all the crew, Garrett, all the guys that are working behind the scenes to bring you some social media content. Make sure you log on to our socials on Facebook and also X. You can watch all the highlights, and I believe we have some post-game stuff up there as well from the media room. So
yeah, highlight videos from each of the first Union games. We'll have one from this Newcastle game up there as well here in the near future.
All right, so you can tune in for all that. So for all of us here at the Lawrence County Sports Network, James and Tim will have you tomorrow morning for the 2A girls game. We'll talk to you then, and we will talk to you next week for the state tournament. Have a great night. Take care, and bye-bye.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.